see it going. If anybody's with me right now, yeah. So again, this is YoYoYoda coming to you live right now. For me, it is Sunday at about 1:15 in the afternoon. So, like I said, hopefully we'll get some people to join here, and I will be moving this along here in just a moment. If anybody's out there kind of watching, if you could do me a favor, just type something into the live chat. That way I know I'm up and running. Like I said, I know I am, but I just kind of want to see if anybody's watching right now and see if anybody has the ability to chat. I know we've got this, it's going to be streamed on the LordSkunk.com community page as well. But if you want to chat with me, you will have to go to my YouTube channel. That is YoYoYoda, SWGOH Fanatic. Alright, I see Stefan. Okay, I've got you out there, brother. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. How's the volume? I'm going to turn the volume up. I kind of want to adjust this. I know last time I had a little bit of issue as far as the volume goes. Does it sound okay out there for you and everything? Because I can turn it up and turn it down here. Alright, perfect. Does it sound okay out there? Alright, anyhow, I'm just going to go ahead and get into this. The reason why I'm streaming today, there's been a lot of questions out there as far as, you know, how are these changes going to affect, you know, the tunes that I'm really been focusing on lately. You know, and how's that going to go for at least yourselves? I can. Oh, okay, Earl. Thanks a lot. I see you were on the Lord Skunk channel, but you moved over here. Juan, I see you. Well, Juan, right now, so I'll tell you what I'm doing right now. I am not on Skype right now. What I'm doing is and thanks to Stu, he helped me out in discovering this app. I didn't even know it was out there, but this is the YouTube gaming app. It's able to access all of your apps on your mobile device, and then you can do a live stream from there. So shout out to Stu out there. He's the one who kind of pointed me in the right direction, because I've been really wanting to do some live streams. I'm unable to get the BlueStacks to kind of work with my personal computer, so I'm having just a little bit of difficulty there. So that's why I chose this. Right now it's a good platform for me, so that way I can kind of show you guys my personal account and kind of give you some of my own insights as far as what some of these changes are coming. Hi from Bulgaria. All right, thanks a lot. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, if anybody is on the LordSkunk.com community page right now, we are broadcasting from there. Now, if you want to get involved in this chat, you will have to come to the personal page, my own personal page. Earl, all the way from Ottawa, Canada. That's pretty often. Well, I am in the United States. I am in Ohio. So if you're familiar with the Ohio area, that's where I live. So that would be Eastern Standard Time. Again, right now it's about 1:30 in the afternoon for me. Getting close to that. But anyhow, so let me get started again. I don't want to get too sidetracked here. Like I said, I'm limited amount of time. I'm not going to drag this on for 3 or 4 hours. I'm not going to have any guests on. But like I said, I really just want to show everyone my personal account again and kind of give you some insight as to what I'm expecting with some of these new updates. There are going to definitely be some changes, and it's going to affect the way that you're actually playing this game. If you've been watching some of the live streams that we've been doing on LordSkunk.com, some of our discussion has been focused on some of these changes. The good news, there's going to be a much wider variety of different squad compositions. You're going to be able to play the characters that you love. There's just going to be so many different things going on, and like I said, I think it's really headed in the right direction. I'm happy for the devs. I'm happy for all of the publishers of this game and in the direction that they've put it, because where okay, Lord Skunk says turn off sound effects. All right, let me get in here and turn these off then. Let's see here, audio. Yeah, we'll turn the sound effects off. That should work. Holy moly, level 75. Well, let me show you guys. All right, so again, back to what I was saying. There's going to be some significant change. So again, I just kind of mentioned some of the plus sides. We're all going to be able to really go after those teams that we've been really wanting to go after. So here's the thing. The downside is, and we've all seen this already, and this is something that I mentioned at the end of every one of my videos. This is going to be a grind. This is going to take some time. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to stick with this game for quite a while. Even for folks like myself, yes, I have put a little bit of money into this game. I've been a player, an active player since launch. So just give it some time. Like I said, even for me, I'm looking at to develop a full 5-man roster. We're looking at anywhere from 75 to 90 to 100 days out to get a fully developed, all the way geared up squad. I mean, what does that mean? Well, for the top players, well, that's just for everyone. It means that you are really going to you're going to have to be selective as to which characters you want to pursue. That's right, Stu. The grind is definitely real. Just as a for instance, and I'll kind of go into my roster here real quick. I'm going to pull this up, and I'll just kind of start here by showing everybody what I have. So you'll see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I believe that's 11 characters at gear 9 and above. No, I'm sorry, that is 10 because Poggle is not a gear 9 yet. And these characters took some time, and as you'll see, I'll kind of go into Qui-Gon Jinn here. He's fully maxed out. I've got some pieces here that are unobtainable because I pre-crafted them. You'll see that some of these pieces, like these Mark 11 Blast Tech weapon salvage mods. Well, guess what? Let's try to find some. You can't find them anywhere. So I was able to pre-craft some of the items that you can't get, and I have both pieces in order to get him to gear 10. I've already looked at some of these neat websites like SWGOH.gg and some of these other places that kind of show you what to expect when you get into the higher levels of gear. Qui-Gon Jinn is one of the easier ones to gear after you get to gear 10. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put those two pieces that I have available into Qui-Gon Jinn. Now, what does that mean for everybody else? Well, these pieces are unattainable. We've been told through the most recent community message from Jesse is that some of these pieces are going to be coming available through the guild events that they'll have. I mean, again, we don't know for sure, but at least as far as what I understand, once you partake in some of the guild events and guild activities, you'll be rewarded with certain pieces of gear, and I think it's going to be more towards the raid aspect. So I just want to mention to everybody, if you're not part of a guild yet, and you want to get some of these pieces of gear, I'm going to assume you're going to have to be part of a guild. Now, I don't know if that's creating your own, doing whatever, but I always have encouraged everyone to join a guild. You can go to, if you haven't found a home yet, you can go to lordskunk.com. You can go to the Discord app, and hopefully we'll be able to put you in a right guild there. From beginning player all the way up to whales. My Qui-Gon is weak. Yeah, he is. He's kind of weak. I'm hoping, like I said, right now, I'll kind of show you guys. I am getting close. I just turned level 75, so I've got I haven't done anything today So I'm thinking I'm going to get about another 4,000 EXP here shortly. So I'll probably be looking, I don't know, Tuesday before I hit level 76. But anyhow, back to what I was saying about the guilds. Yeah, for real, folks, if you haven't found a guild, you haven't found a home yet, I really encourage you guys. I'm part of a group called Team Instinct. I've been a member of them since about, I would say, the beginning of December. So no, it might have been about mid of December. So I've been in there for a while. But we're a family. We're tight knit. It gives me a lot to do outside of just the game itself. It's a great community. I really respect a lot of the people that I get to chat with. We get to theory craft. We get to talk about this game. We get to talk about different team builds. We're always talking about this game and how to improve ourselves. And I've developed some friendships there. So it's a really good place. I mean, just outside of that alone, the getting to know new people and just kind of, throwing ideas out there for everyone, that's why guilds are important. They're going to be even more important because you're going to have to join a guild, at least as far as I assume, to get some of these gear pieces. It's going to be kind of mandatory. Stefan's wanting to know what my GW wins look like. Well, I'll tell you, Stefan. I kind of got to a point where I was on auto grind, and I didn't complete some of the Galactic Wars. I just sometimes forgot about it. It really wasn't important. I didn't need the credits. I didn't need the shards. I really didn't need anything from Galactic War. Even the achievement unlock for Vader is, I think 5 shards at 150 wins. So I was just like, But I'll show you, like, even today, you'll see on my Galactic War here, it says restart. Well, that's because yesterday I got one battle into my Galactic War, and I decided, well, I didn't have enough time. I am a little bit busy of a guy. I've got a lot of things going on outside of this game in my life. So Galactic War hasn't been that good of a thing. Now, I'll tell you, when they start these guilds, we're going to be able to see how many credits I've spent, how many sim tickets I've spent, things of that nature. So that's going to be kind of cool. But yeah, I'll go ahead and show you my achievements. It's nothing big. You'll see I have 100 wins. Like I said, I just avoided Galactic. I should probably be at, I don't know, 115, 120, something like that. I'm not too sure. A lot of the time I just didn't take the time to really complete it because, I don't know, I got on a point where I was just on auto grind coming in just for, gearing up some tunes, and then that was it, doing my dailies. And I couldn't even do my dailies for a long time because I had every single character to level 70 there for a while, and I wasn't aware that one of the dailies was level a tune up or train a tune, and I couldn't do that at all. So I was unable to complete all my dailies. So again, for me, until they made this cap increase, I was just like, what does it matter for me? But yeah, so there you go, 100 wins right now. I can get 102 today. My arena fights, I think I was just someone just got my ally code and showed that I had 180 losses. I used to use Squad Arena as a testing ground. My Smuggler's Run, you'll see I've only purchased 206 arena. Well, I have, I think, over 50,000 arena tokens, and I can't use them, so I don't know if I'll ever hit that, and I'm surprised I ever made that an achievement in the game, because I assume they had to figure that someone was going to be able to get all of those tunes outside of just the arena shipments. But the neat thing is, when you get to level 74, the new light side battles happen, and then once you get complete the hard missions for the level 74 light side, you will be awarded with 5 Vader shards. So that's kind of neat for the achievements. So let me go back to my roster here a little bit, and I know Duncan says, what team are you planning to use in the future, or would I like to use? Well, right now what I'm using, I'm using a Dooku lead, Qui-Gon Jinn, Geonosian Soldier, Royal Guard, and either Yoda or Rey. And I do that because the meta hasn't changed at all. They haven't made any of these character changes yet, so I'm just kind of sticking with the best right now. As everyone knows, Dooku is kind of out of this world with his evade abilities, so that's what I stick with right now. And until they fix some of these other leader abilities, like Old Ben, his evasion, I think is better than Dooku's, but Old Ben's is obviously broken in comparison to Dooku. So if they decide to make that change in this update to get these evasion abilities working as they should, you'll probably see me running an Old Ben or something of that nature. But so I'll just kind of go through some of my characters here. And one of the points that I really wanted to kind of discuss today was about, and I think Jesse talked about this in his most recent message to the community, armor and resistance. They're going to make some adjustments so that they become more valuable. So what does that mean for you? Well, it can mean actually a lot of things. So if we look at some of these characters, and I'll just go back to Qui-Gon Jinn because he's one of my maxed out characters, and I'm going to go to his stats here for you real quick. Remon, 10 characters to Gear 9. Nice. Well, I can have some more there. Like I said, I'll kind of go through there, but so you'll see here armor. So armor says reduces the damage taken from abilities using just physical damage, and then you have resistance says reduces the damage taken from abilities using special damage. So there's a couple of different, as if you've been playing for a while and if you pay attention to the colors of the damage, a couple of different types of damage. You have your normal damage, which can show up as red or yellow when you score a crit. You have white damage, which is that's the damage that ignores all of the armor. And then you have blue damage, which is the special damage. So different colors mean different types of damage. So resistance and armor, they're going to be playing a bigger factor. So obviously those characters with larger portions of this resistance, higher numbers. So Qui-Gon Jinn, where does he fall? Well, is 128 and 125 any good? No. You will see why. There are characters out here, and I'm going to point to Obi-Wan, because he is, I believe, one of the best in both of these categories, if I'm not mistaken. I think I was looking. So look at the difference here. He's got a 330 armor rating in comparison. I mean, think about that. That is almost 3 times as much as what Qui-Gon has. His resistance looks like it's 100 points more there. So, well, what's that going to mean? Well, I don't know what the formulas are. I do know, if I'm not mistaken right now, the formulas are, I think it's just a reduction in the total amount. So say someone does 3,300 points of damage, physical damage. I think this is the way it's working. They never released the formula, so I don't know for sure, but I think they just subtract 330 from that. What's it going to mean in the future? Well, don't know. So they said they're going to make it more valuable. So what I'm assuming is they're going to change the formula itself and how it's applied to both these types of damage. So that can mean that characters like Old Ben. So we're going to be seeing this new protection as well. That used to be called Fortitude. What we thought was going to be called Fortitude. So if you couple the new protection with these new resistances, my opinion, but I'm going to say that this is going to be the era of tanky characters. So characters with high health, high gear, and high on these armor and resistance ratings, I think those are the ones that are going to shine the most. Those are the ones that are going to be game changing. I'm not going to say that's exactly what's going to happen, but I think it's already been, from some of the forums that I've seen, I think this is definitely going to be a real possibility. So Old Ben, I think Lord Skunk has talked highly about Old Ben. Yeah, if they change this guy's evasion ability, he's going to be a real standout tune for sure. So just to show everyone my roster here, I haven't even really gotten through any of it yet. Qui-Gon maxed out. I'm level 75. Like I said, as soon as I hit level 77 and level 78, these pieces will be put in place so that I can have a Gear 10 Qui-Gon Jinn. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use Qui-Gon in the future, just based on some of these new mechanics that they're going to be introducing, because he's kind of squishy. But he is a toolkit. He's got one of the best kits available. His Humbling Blow, his Harmonious Assault, all very good to have. my Genoan soldier. I've been trying to get away from this guy because, just in my opinion, he's going to get a bit of a nerf in this update because he's fast. He's kind of squishy, but he hits hard. But I think they're going to reduce some of his damage. Needless to say, his swarm will get a 15% increase in damage, so he could still be viable. But I see him as one of those tunes that's going to be kind of fade off into retirement here shortly. My Barris Offee, I've actually been putting a little bit more into her. As you can see, I kind of geared her up to her next tier level because you're still going to have tunes available for both, your light side and your dark side missions. So Barris Offee was kind of that. It says, who should be my fifth? Sorry, I'm just reading a question here. Who should be my fifth character in my squad? Qui-Gon, Lumi, Sid, GS. I don't know who to use. I'm thinking about Dooku. Well, yeah, Dooku could even be the lead in your squad if you really wanted to, and I would even suggest that. Looks like you got a pretty strong squad now. Having a Dooku lead in there would kind of make it meta right now. Now, as far as in the future, well, it depends on who you have. And like I said, I think some of these tankier characters, like an old Ben, like a Barris, like a Kit Fisto, like a Fives, like a lot of other characters out there. I've seen people talking about the Tuscan Raider. I've actually been dumping some resources into him as well. So, like I said, it just really depends who you have now and what you want your squad to look like in the future. So, Obi-Wan, I don't have him. Hey, Yoda. Hey, Squeeble. So, hey, my old Ben, he's not completely maxed out. Like I said, I had to put him on a shelf for a while, so I didn't really get to putting his abilities all the way up there. So, I think I can max him out now if I wanted to, but I'm just holding off. Daka actually took her to her next gear level as well. She will get Squeeble. You can't get on. I'm unable to invite anybody to this. I'm actually using an app called YouTube Gaming, so it doesn't allow me to put anybody on my stream. But I if I could, I definitely would have some guests on. Someone's asking, Jawa can also reach Gear 10. Well, there's not too many tunes that can't reach Gear 10 in this update. It's those characters that can reach Gear 11. Those are the ones that you're going to be wanting to look for. And I think there's a list out there. I think if you actually go to some of these websites, and I'm going to do some promotion here for everybody, and I think it would be even beneficial for maybe even Lord Skunk, Juan, Stu, somebody maybe even put a list up of those tunes who can get to Gear 11, because right off the top of my head, I can't name all of them off. But I know there are characters like, FOTP, Resistance Pilot. There's a couple of others out there that can get to these Gear 11s. Gear 11s are going to matter. Because as in these new... yeah, Justin said he saw a Gear 10 Jawa today. Yeah, so it's possible you had to do some pre-crafting, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know if you had to do some pre-crafting, because there are some tunes that can get to Gear 10 without having some of these pre-crafted pieces. And I just kind of want to point out, kind of lost my train of thought here. But anyways, back to my old Daka. She's okay. My Royal Guard, number one, hands down, the best tank in the game. This guy's a lifesaver. I keep him maxed up as far as I go. Now he's at Gear 9 now. Well, how come I haven't invested too much more into him? Well, let me show you. 50 cuffs here, 50 walkie-talkies there. 50 of these, more walkie-talkies, sorry about that, 50 of these. His next, if you can get that, you're going to have 50 of these unattainables, and then you're going to have 100 more purple. So it's crazy to gear this guy up to get him to Gear 10. So he's pretty good now. Like I said, he's got, what does that look like? Almost 21,000 hit points. He helps now. I haven't invested too much more into him because I've got other tunes that I'm trying to develop right now. Squeal said, thanks to you guys, I've completed Galactic 2 times. That's awesome, man. That's exactly what you should be doing. Seeing progression in yourself, in your characters in this game. That's what we're here for. I think I can speak for Stu, for Juan, for Lord Skunk, for Riemann, for all these people that we've had on our stream before. That's exactly what it's about. Some of us who are in these positions that have these large rosters who've had a lot more time in the game. That's just what we're here about. That's why I'm doing these live streams, and I really just kind of hope whatever I'm doing here, whatever Lord Skunk, I just hope that that's what we're able to do is help somebody like you who can get through those Galactic Wars, who can get better in their PvP arena rankings. That's what it's about for us, and continued success to you, and anybody else. If you're taking anything from this, I hope we're able to help everyone out there. So back to my roster, Grandmaster Yoda. I think he could be a potential sleeper hit. I don't want to say sleeper because he is one of the top characters in the game as far as attainability. Everyone wants him. Everyone got these Jedi teams just for him. He's a pretty good character. He's got a nice little toolkit. He can protect himself, amongst other things, as you all know if you've ever faced one. So I can see him being pretty good. His Master Stroke ability, which is his damage to all, gets a big boost. He can again protect himself. Like I said, I've got most of these close to being max. I think I just haven't done his leadership ability, and I don't even think I should have invested that far in it because I don't use him as a leader very often. Count Dooku, I hope this guy goes away. Not gonna lie, I didn't even have him really developed. It says is Yoda's AOE attack amazing? Saul does the most AOD. Right. Well, we don't know. So it does. If you've ever had a Yoda with an offense up, he can do some serious damage on his AOE. It just depends on how these mechanic changes, what they're going to do. Like I said, we don't have a clear picture or clear understanding. So all these numbers that you're seeing as far as what max level 80 stats, those are going to change. So don't put too much into them just yet. I would say next week we're going to see some big changes. And I know a lot of these guys that do these sites, like SWGOH.gg, they've been data mining. They've already seen some changes in some of the data out there. So hopefully they'll be able to have answers for the community. And hopefully guys like Lord Skunk, myself, Stu, and Remon and Juan, we'll be able to share those with you as soon as we know them. Who do you see Yoda pairing well with? That's another question I got in the chat there, and I think Stu kind of mentioned it. Says, who does he pair well with? Well, yeah, it's definitely Yoda. Qui-Gon Jinn. He pairs well with Qui-Gon Jinn for one good reason, and that's speed. If you put Qui-Gon Jinn in there as your leader, and you have Yoda as a support character, he is the fastest in the game. He can act before everybody. Now, that can be when it comes to Yoda, that can be a blessing or it can be a hindrance. And the reason why I say that is, if you have a Yoda, one of his main abilities is stealing some of the buffs from the enemy and then giving it to his squad. Now, I personally like Yoda to go first because I use his battle meditation almost right off rip. If he's got a character like a Dooku, anybody that can stun, anybody that can give my squad debuffs, putting that meditation up gives them, I think it's 99,999% tenacity up, so they can't get anything through. So that's why I do like my Yoda to go first, because I can protect my Royal Guard, and that's a big thing, because if an opposing team has a Qui-Gon Jinn or somebody else that can remove buffs from your squad, being able to give them that tenacity up is very important for your Royal Guard. They cannot bust through his taunt. They have to kill him in order to do damage to some of your other characters on your squad. So yeah, back to Dooku. I hate this guy. I never wanted to use him again, just because even for me at those low levels when I first started, he was a pain. He was a pain, and I wish for him to go away finally. Now he'll still be viable in some squads, especially if they release characters like Palpatine. If he's ever to come out, we already see some of the data mine info out there that he'll give speed buffs or synergies to Sith. So I don't think Dooku's going to go away. He's a long-term character. Poggle, I keep him geared up just because I can get him to the next gear level with one of my pre-crafted droid cars. I've only got one left. I've just been kind of holding on to it. I keep him leveled up because sometimes I like to throw him in there if I'm not using Qui-Gon Jinn to give my characters that offense up. But that's why I keep Poggle leveled up there. 5s. Now, again, this is one of my characters that I've been talking about a lot. 5s. Why is he important? Well, he's tanky. He's got he's going to have one of the largest health pools, and his abilities get so much better. And I think someone's asking, Old Ben has more armor than 5s. Yeah, so armor is 305, and then but if you look at 5's resistance, not so good. So, but for me, the reason why I like him and the reason why I'm going to invest in him is because of these abilities. Once we're able to get these new Omega Mats, it says add an extra attack against targets suffering speed down. Well, guess what? He gives people speed down. Other tunes give speed down. So he's going to have a double blast on his basic almost every single attack, as long as you can keep that speed down on an enemy. So he can lay some serious damage down. And you're talking if he's doing 2.5 to 3K on a regular hit, you're hitting a character one turn for 6K on a basic. That's pretty big. His combined fire, he's going to give another clone plus 75% damage and himself whenever they do, as long as you put him in a clone team. So pretty good ability there as well. And then his tactical awareness plus 75% basically on counter damage with an 85% counter chance. Go ahead and attack 5s. He'll attack you right back. So that's why I like 5s. Now again, we're going to talk about his gearing. What does it take to get from gear 9 to gear 10? Well, I'll show you. 100 pieces here. 100 pieces here, so that's 200. 50 pieces there, that's 250. 50 pieces there, that's 300. 50 pieces there, that's 350. And then, the one that I've already equipped, so 400. Hola, back to you, Flubba Fett. So yeah, you're talking every single gear that this guy needs requires 50 pieces. So I just been holding on to him for right now until, again, some of these mechanics, because he could be a dud. We never know. But this just my speculation, personal speculation, is that I think he's going to shine in this new meta for sure. And then Donovan, hey Donovan, back at you. I just want to say thanks to everyone for watching, by the way. And again, if you're watching on the Lord Skunk channel on the community page, lordskunk.com, you can come to my personal channel, which is YoYoYoda, SWGOH Fanatic, and you can talk on the chat. Someone says, where do you get the MK9 electro? Well, you're not getting them. Which ones are you talking about? Are you talking about these ones? Here, find them. Where are they on the table? Juan says, what's up with Lumi being so OP and GW right now? Yeah, I don't know. There's been a couple of times where I've got blasted by Lumi, but I don't know. I've never had a big problem with her, but sometimes she'll hit me with like a 10K crit out of nowhere. So, Rex. So let me tell you about Rex. I've got him. I kind of want to run a full clone squad. And with just a few more pieces here, and even when he gets to 80, I can get. Juan said as lead. Well, I don't know. Did they fix her evasion ability? I don't know. I haven't had a chance to really look at her myself with lead. She's been on my shelf for quite a while. So Rex, by the way, if you just saw that, he can get to gear 10 naturally. He doesn't need any of these unobtainable pieces here. So it's just a matter of getting him to 80. Then he can get to that next tier level. Daniels Jack says, have you pre-crafted a lot of pieces? Yeah, so when they made mention of this changing gear, I was able to get, I believe it was 7 droid collars, 2 furnaces, and like 1 or 2 each of these other pieces. So I didn't have a lot of the necessary gear to pre-craft some of these things. I had been investing on other tunes, and I just really didn't have a chance. But YoYoYoda, what gear level will be gold? 11 or 12? That would be 11, sir. So we've already seen those in the challenges. But yes, gear 11, from my understanding, will be the gold ring around your character. So So back to Tuscan Raider. This is kind of a sneaky good pick here. Look at his health. I don't even have him completely geared up. Almost 17,000. His armor and resistance are not so good. Well, not top tier. Especially his resistance there, but I can get him, with just another 100 pieces here, which is just flat out crazy to say. I can get him to gear 9 naturally. Anything I like about him is, you can remove turn meter with him. He's got an assist attack, and he gets additional offense if he has other Tuscans. So you'll see that I have Tuscan Shaman. I can take him to his next gear level. Haven't chosen to, but here's my Lumi. Like I said, she's been on my shelf for a while. That's why I never even maxed out some of her abilities. But you can definitely get her to the gear 9s. Actually, can you? Yep. You cannot get her to gear 9 unless you pre-crafted. So there's that. That's right. It's a furnace. So you can't even get her to gear 9, which is kind of amazing. I thought they would have held that for gear 10. My HK-47 gets 18,000. A crit was 20,000. Well, I guess it depends on. His highest was 20,000, but that seems like a pretty big number. So, well, here's my Ewok Elder. I love this guy. I think he'll get better in the future. He needs a furnace. I can't get him to his next gear level. I like him because his power, this right here, his power of the forest. Anybody that dies, they can get resurrected, guarantee. So that's a good thing about this guy. We'll kind of go down some more of my roster. First Order TIE Pilot needs a furnace. I don't have one. He's maxed out. I love this guy. Hits like a truck. If you've ever faced him, you guys know that. And if you notice, his bug is kind of back. He has been actually shooting on his basic, his double tap 3 times and not 2. So that's a bug they haven't fixed again yet. They fixed it there for a while. He was only doing 2 shots. As long as if he had advantage up, he'd have like an 80% chance, I believe, to do that. Let me see what it is. 90% chance. So now he's back to triple tapping. So if he gets that off, he's killing you. Yeah, he's been shooting 3 times. I know it. I just you should mute your stream on your laptop. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you guys hear that? Am I having a little? There you go. Let's try that. Sorry, I'm only able to pay attention to some of these questions if I have to use my laptop, because on this YouTube gaming app, if you're running it off your phone, and as you can see on the live stream, the questions just pop up real quick, so I have to be able to monitor them here. Tuscan Shaman, here's the new guy. Here's the guy you can only get through the Erodium packs. Oh, sorry about that. So that's another bad thing about running on your mobile. You get you get text and everything to kind of pop up there. So anyhow, Tuscan Shaman, what does this guy do? He's a pretty good healer. If you run him with other characters that have the dot ability, so the damage on turn, if you can run him with some of those, he can be the best healer in the game. And this is why, because every character that has a dot, he gives a higher bonus to. So in this case, plus an additional 5% for each enemy suffering damage over time effect. That will be increased to 10% on when he hits level 78 with these new Omegas. So that means if 5 enemy characters have a damage over time, that could mean, what is that? So 20 plus 70, so 70% of Tuscan Shaman's health. He's at 14 now. I can take him to his next gear level. I think he gets up to 17, 18, something like that. So 70% of that means he will be just about the best healer in the game. So pretty good. If you pair him with the Tuscan Raider right now, he looks like he's doing good things if he's able to get in there on the assist. So I've seen people running those Tuscan Raider combos with the Tuscan Shaman. So pretty good character so far. I like him. I run him in the healer challenge. because if he gets, he's pretty good about getting that dot effect on Savage Opress, and when he does, it takes about 15 to 20,000 off of him. So it says you have all 7-star characters 7 stars. Yes, Shock, by the way, I do, and I'll kind of get to that. But I do have every single one 7-star minus Vader. So, Squeals, is Biggs good? Well, we don't know yet. Says Tuscan Raiders basic don't work. Well, you know, Stefan, I don't know about that. Like I said, I haven't been testing Tuscan out too much, but I want to. Remon asks, YoYoYoda, do you think healers will be viable in PvP after the update? Well, I'll tell you what, depends on which healer. There are some good ones and there are some bad ones out there, as we know. But yes, especially if the meta changes towards a more tanky, environment. If we have these characters with 20+ thousand hit points, a healer could be very beneficial. So if you have a Royal Guard, who's going to have upwards of 26, 28 or something like that K hit points, you have an old Ben in there with his plus 20K. You have all these tunes that have these huge health pools. If you have a healer in there, especially like a Lumi or even a Barris, yeah, it could be a thing, because you're healing a much larger health pool instead of smaller ones. So healers could make a comeback for sure. Barris is a beast. Siegfried Gurney said might become one. Well, yeah, she's going to get a push in her damage department. So Max Boozer, how many training droids do I have? Well, so I'll get to that here in a second. Just let me get through some of these. Like I said, my roster here. Darth Sidious, I quit working on him. He kind of fell out of meta, but he's just another one of these guys. Was good for a long time and then just kind of quit being good one day. So he does give a nice benefit to your crit chances, but right now he's not in meta. He needs a furnace. So what's my opinion on Greedo? Yeah, I don't like Greedo. I kind of put too much resources in the guy, and he kind of disappointed me. He can hit hard, but he really doesn't get that second attack off. But Jiminy Smith, what does meta mean? Well, the meta is the environment, the culmination of all the top players and what squad compositions they're using. So if the meta, when we say meta, we say which characters are you seeing the most often? So those are the things that you have to work around, or it's either join them or work around them. So the meta right now is the Dooku lead. Now you can have other characters behind him, but meta typically right now is a Dooku lead, a Royal Guard, and 3 other usually hard hitting characters. So that's meta again, is just what's the most being played right now. King and Chicken says, should I go for Resistance Pilot? I want to try him out for my squad team. Yeah, Resistance Pilot. If you've so I take it you haven't been watching any of our live streams. I think you're kind of snitching yourself out there. But if you've been watching some of our live streams, you can see that we have been speaking kind of highly of Resistance Pilot. He gives himself foresight. He can expose, and he hits hard. So he could be good. He's one of those tunes that can get to gear 11. So I keep my eye out for him. Here's my Kylo Ren. We know about Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is decent. He's going to get better probably with some of these changes that they're about to make, because everyone's going to want to run a First Order squad probably. So Kylo, guess what Kylo gets? Kylo, you see this number, 16170, and then the plus 200. Well, if you can get him past this, you get him to gear 9, and you get him to another gear, he's going to get a lot of health. And I think it's somewhere in the range of 7,000 more health once you get him maxed out. So he's going to be a tank. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage. So I expect to see a lot more Kylos probably in the future. Oh, sorry about that. I kind of X'd out of there. Plo Koon, I wanted to see him. Lord Skunk, Ewok meta next. Yeah, that's what I'm working for sure. I want Ewoks to become the next meta. Oh, and matter of fact, if you haven't had a chance to go on any of these forums or anything else like that, the new one of the members of Team Instinct unlocked. She's level 76 now. She showed us the new Dark Side hard missions. So there's 2 nodes that are Ewoks. It's the Ewok Scout and the Ewok Elder. So those are going to be it's going to be Barris, Ewok Scout, and Ewok Elder. There's 4 nodes, but one of them is just that doesn't give out a shard. So you have Barris, Ewok Scout, Ewok Elder. So do you think they're trying to push Ewoks on us? Plo Koon, like I said, I invested too much in this guy. I didn't do his abilities, but I was just trying to see how he worked with clones, because I'm a fan of the clones. He's a hot mess. He can't do much damage, and I'm sorely disappointed in him. Here's my clone sergeant. This is why I love the clones. This is why I genuinely love the clones, because of some of their turn meter manipulation. Deal physical damage to the target enemy with a 50% chance to gain 50% turn meter on a critical hit. Well, guess what? His level 76 ability says he'll get a 100% chance to gain 50% turn meter on a critical hit. So he has a high crit modifier. Even his concentrated fire down here. Clone Sergeant gains 4.5% critical chance up for each living clone. In addition, he has a plus 10% critical damage and a 50% chance to gain offense up. Well, next ability, he has a 100% chance to gain that offense up. This is why I like this guy, and this is the true reason. His AOE, although this will be more resistible in the future, but dealing physical damage to all the enemies and then removing 50% of their turn meters. That's pretty big, especially in this new environment where things are going to slow down. Speed's not going to play such a factor. You're going to have these huge tanks that you're going to be going up against. And it could play into some strategy. These turn meter, either manipulation for your squad or for the enemy squad, particularly the addition to your own squad. So characters like Stormtrooper Han, some of these other characters, even a Phasma, if they don't rework some of her abilities, we know that's going to come, but we don't know exactly what they're going to say. But being able to give your squad turn meter up, in addition, that's obviously your squad's not going to resist that. But as Squeevel's asking, is a clone team good? Yeah, I'm going to throw in my clone team here for you guys in just a moment, just to let you see it. Jedi Knight Anakin, just kind of want to get on him. This guy's a beast, very underrated. He's pretty good. He's going to get better. I think he could be potentially viable. He's going to be tanky. He's going to have some good abilities behind him. But again, he's just been kind of those mediocre characters, just below, first or even second tier. Someone said, how easy is for GW for me? Yeah, well, I've got every character unlocked and 7-starred and at least level 70. So it's not too difficult for me. But right now it's been getting challenging because I have seen, some squads. I faced a level 75 squad yesterday, and that was before I was level 75. Not yesterday, 2 days ago, I should say. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a challenge, but still not I'm not using half of my roster or anything else like that. But I usually use 1 or 2 different teams. But Rey, what can we say about Rey? Let's get back to her. Gosh, she's pure DPS through and through. This update, I don't see them doing too much of a nerf to her. She's going to see a little bit of nerf, because I can tell you right now, at her Gear 9 abilities, she's using this flurry of blows and doing 20,000 damage on crit. That is huge. I've seen it. Someone in my guild, someone part of Team Instinct, has her fully maxed out as far as they can get her Gear 9. I was able to use her as an ally. He's been putting it in there for an ally. And gosh, 20,000 damage. It's just huge. Now, I use one of my furnaces on Rex. I wish I would have used it on Rey, because she is just rocking it right now. So I don't think they're going to do too much nerfing of her. Like I said, they're going to have to give her some damage reduction just because they're doing it to every other tune. But she's pure speed, pure DPS, and she will be a part of this game for a long time. Now, for me, I kind of am hoping to squeeze her in some of the roster, but I don't know. Like I said, we're just going to see. Remon says, hey, what are the top 5 hardest hitting characters in my opinion? Okay, well, pretty good question. Rey, absolutely number one, most consistent, hardest hitter in the game, followed by First Order TIE Pilot. That guy just cranks out damage consistently. Double tap, his triple tap, and even his bonus. I mean, you guys know if you've ever fought one, he's a one-hit killer. And then you've kind of got these. They're all on the kind of the same line, but right now Genosin Soldier. If you give him offense up with his swarm ability, I've done, I don't know, 12K on a crit before with that guy. Resistance Pilot with offense up, I've seen him maxed out doing 12K crits. Let me see here. The final one is Kylo Ren when he's below 50% health and he has offense up, can do some serious damage. So again, that's why I think Kylo Ren in the future could see some comeback and be in a lot of viable squads. So, but regularly, like I said, Rey, FOTP, hardest hitting tunes in the game by far. Here's my Princess Leia. I actually kind of slacked off on her, and I kind of regret it. She's another good tune. But she's RNG based. If you don't get her hair trigger ability, where you get these second and third attacks, she has a tendency of kind of puttering out and can do nothing for you. And she wastes a first turn by going stealth. But the neat thing about that is she'll get a -1 cooldown on that coming up soon. So while she's stealthed, she can re-go into stealth. So she'll be constantly stealth. So that's definitely a big bonus for her. Now I've been working on these little pieces here that I need to get for her, but I'm gonna get her to the Gear 8 here shortly. I just like I said, kind of sputtered out on that for a little bit. I've just been focusing my resources elsewhere. Jedi Consular, he's good in GW. He can definitely heal a lot. Here's my Phasma. I think I'm I can't get this furnace, but the only one I have to do is this 100 piece here. But I've got her maxed out. I expect big things for her. She's a tank. She can do lots of different things. Daniel Jack says, which character was the most difficult to level up, or what shard did I get last? Ima-Gun Di was the hardest for me to get. Yeah, and I think Lord Skunk just answered that. Ima and Rey are the hardest to shard. Well, Rey wasn't so much for me because I really pursued her as soon as she came out. But Ima-Gun Di was actually before they released Tuscan Shaman and Rex. Ima-Gun Di was the last character that I was able to farm. It just, for whatever reason, I could not get any drop on this guy whatsoever. I mean, I was doing like, I'm not gonna lie, I was doing like four refreshes of his hard nodes just to get him, and I was getting like one shard a day for like a month straight, and it was hurting me. But yeah, Lord Skunk's raising some other good points there. Anakin FOTP. Oh hey, Ghost Rider, congratulations on Rey. Gear her up quickly. She's a beast, man. You depending on your server and where you're at, she's gonna take you places, brother. But Anakin and FOTP, yeah, they can be tough too. Minge Poker says, for the next meta, Boba Lee, Poggle for the offense, Phasma for the guaranteed crit, a Royal Guard to protect him, and Kyle destroys everything when he's under 50%. Well, that's okay now, but the thing you got to worry about Kylo being under 50% though is that's only on his special ability, so it's a one-time attack, then a cooldown. Now you're going to want him to get attacked in order to refresh those abilities. So I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the thing, but people have been talking about these AOE teams coming back, and if you listen to one of these live streams, I said that the only problem with the live stream is. With the live stream, sorry about that, with the AoE teams, is that it's a one-time thing. If you don't get your AoEs off and they don't do the proper damage that you're hoping, then they sputter. Then what next? Because most effective AoE characters, their basics are just not that good. So the only, like I said, downside to these AoE teams is going to be the amount of damage that you're hoping for might not equal up to death for these other tunes, especially this new meta when we're going to see these higher health point, tunes. And again, this is just my opinion. I think we're just going to see a lot tankier characters being part of this meta. So AoE teams might not necessarily be as effective as everyone thinks. Here's my kit, Fisto. I love this guy, but he's just so mediocre. I wish, if that turned the tide, if his special ability was better, I would run this guy so much more often. He's a tank. He has counter. He can hit hard. But gosh, that turned the tide, man. Just, it's horrible. Here's my IG-86. I've never been a fan of the clones. They had this droid event that came up, where you had to have these 7-star droids and everything. So I maxed them out. I never really got their abilities that high. I just want to see what it was about. But if you're a free-to-play player out there and you have access to all these droids, I say if you want to remain competitive, it's not a bad choice to get these droids. They're good up to a point. They're slow. They have low health, most of them. But if you build the right composition with like a Poggle or an HK-47 lead, as a free-to-pay player, droids can be very beneficial for you to get you in those arena payouts, to get you more crystals, to get you farther in Galactic War, just to help you out, in every aspect of this game. So I always suggest that if that's someone that you want to go for, because they're all obtainable. And Flobafett says Lobot or Poggle, I should say. Yeah, Lobot's. So there's a guy in our guild. He's got Lobot maxed out. He said that he wish he would have just not even took the time to really invest in that guy. He likes him, but not so much anymore after maxing him out and seeing that he's still just meh. So hopefully they might come up with some ideas for Lobot in the future to make him even more viable. But everyone suggests an HK-47 or Poggle lead to be the true format with these droids. And then you run a tank in there, and this is where Poe really shines. He's not so good as a taunt these days in upper tiers of meta, but if you're a free to play player, Poe is great with these droids. Offers expose, and then even can reduce some of the enemy turn meter. Works really well. Pairs very well with the droids. Remon says, yo, what are your thoughts about dots eventually being able to defeat a character? I think it will just make GW more difficult. No, well, they've been planning on doing that for a while. My opinion, I wish they would, because I have to, myself, if I have a dot ability on one of these tunes, I've got to take another attack on this person when they should have died already. So I think it'll just offer, actually, instead of looking at it in that manner, I think it'll offer. I think it will offer another layer of strategy. So these, again, if they want a better meta, they're going to have to open some of these things up. And being able to kill somebody with a dot makes sense to me, because that just adds a whole nother layer of strategy to the meta, and it can allow different build compositions. So I think if you restrict it by not allowing people, enemies, or any character, any tune with a dot on them to die, then that's kind of being restrictive there. But that's just my personal opinion. Again, I think they should allow people to, because it says damage over turn. Once there's a 0 value or a negative value to that health pool, then I think a character should no longer exist. Here's my Ima-Gun Di. I'm gonna work hardcore on this guy here soon. He's gonna be, my opinion again, I think he's gonna be good. He just does a lot of things, especially this ability here. Defense up for 2 turns. Now, we all know that defense up is going to be, defense in itself is going to be playing a bigger factor here soon. Not only does he do an attack, but then he gives your whole squad defense up. So, probably one of the most powerful defense up abilities in the game. And just for the defense up's sake, an attack plus that ability makes quite a lot of sense. You can kill somebody and then give your squad defense up. And then, from what we see, is he's going to be one of the hardest hitting tunes, supposedly. We don't know what these changes are going to be. And then, his Jedi strategist, I don't have it all the way up, but he gives defense to Jedi and counter chance. So even more reason why Ima-Gun Di is going to be really good. And then if you look at it, some of his uniques, he recovers health whenever he suffers a critical hit. So, again, I'll eventually, in the next few days or whatever, once I get some of my other priorities taken care of, I'll start to get Ima-Gun Di's his gear all the way up as far as I can get it. And if you see, it's not like it's major, but it's 40 of these Mark IV laptops and 50 cups to get him 50 cuffs to get him to Gear 9. So you know, not too bad for me. I can get that done in a day or so. Here's my HK-47 again. He's there. Haven't really invested too much in the guy, and just again, droids though by themselves can be very beneficial because of this one ability here, his leader ability. Droid allies gain X% critical chance and X% turn meter on critical. So kind of important for droid teams, especially since they're so slow, is gaining that additional critical chance and turn meter. So he's a really good one to have for your droid squads for sure in the leader position. Here's my Ayla. I want to start gearing her up too. She's pretty good. She's another one of those, you know, pretty good tunes that just hasn't seen you know, the opportunity to make it into some of these meta teams. She's a self healer. She has counter chance. She stuns. There's a lot to like about her, but they just put her in a position where she doesn't shine, and I don't know if she'll, you know, make that presence in the meta. She gets a little bit of a health boost coming up. Her speed is just okay, and her armor and her resistance are just, you know, not too good. Squeeble asks, can you do Galactic War droids for us? Well, I just showed you my my droids aren't so good, but I'll be glad to plug them in there and kind of let you take a look at them. But I wanted to do the Ewoks as well. Boba Fett. The reason why I like him is, you know, because of this. He can give you plus critical damage. Other than that, he's just okay. Yeah, Stu, I'm doing Ewoks in Galactic War first. So here's Ahsoka. I really like Ahsoka. She has some pretty good benefits, and I've seen a couple of squads lately that have been running her as lead because of her being able to give evasion and turn meter to both Night Sisters and Jedi. So it's pretty cool to see. You know, people coming up with these different ideas. Daka, they throw Daka in there, and they throw a couple other Jedis. So I don't know if her evasion is quite working as well as some of these others, but if it is, then she can be a pretty good leader as well. You know, she's fast. She hits decently hard, especially when a character is below 50%, and she can self heal. So what's not to like about her? Here's Lando. I like him. You see, the only thing that I've ever really geared up is this double down ability. 75% more damage, and it automatically refreshes if you do at least 2. So he's kind of cool. You pair him with a Nute Gunray right now, and you can wipe out a whole entire squad, and it's kind of cool. But they're going to fix that here soon. So I'm just kind of getting into some of the lower tunes. Here's my General Grievous, 7-star. I quit, you know, putting too much gear in this guy because it costs just a lot of resources in order to do it, and even his abilities. And then some of us people who were able to 7-star Grievous, it's just, you know, it's such a travesty in my mind, is that everyone had to invest so much, just, you know, time, resources, money, all these things just to get this guy, and everyone had high hopes for him, but he's just horrible. He's slow, outrageously slow. His health is just some of the worst in the game. I mean, look at this, 97 speed, and his health is below 10,000. Yeah, he hits hard. I mean, you'd think he'd be great, but his Sinister Laugh ability can be resisted. You know, his AOE attack is good. His basic can't be countered. I mean, you know, it looks like it can't be evaded or countered. He's got the toolkit, you would think, but they just ruined him. Just much like Kit Fisto, they just kind of killed this guy. Darth Maul. Well, let me tell you about Darth Maul. I actually like this guy. I see him possibly making a resurgence in some of the new metas. If we see a lot of Jedi teams, I haven't even worked on his abilities yet, but man, he can hit hard. And like I said, you see, I have him at level 3. Like I said, I just haven't wanted to divert any of my ability mats to him. Because if you see my ability mats, once you get up to the higher levels, I might have 86 of these purples, but it's these blues and greens that are just killing me. I can't get enough of them. There's no place where you can get an abundance of them. Even in the cantina, I've been having to use some of my cantina tokens just to buy some of these things. I don't see enough drop of them in my cantina in order to maintain a level where I can start getting some of these higher level abilities. I mean, once you start, if the amount of tunes that I have, it's just impossible to keep these these lower blues and greens. So I've really had to be cognizant of where I'm putting my resources at, and he just hadn't found time. But the bright side, Darth Maul is awesome. The guy is a beast. And when I run these Ewoks, I'm definitely going to be running them in Darth Maul as my 5th slot there in Galactic War. So, I kind of want to just get back to some of these things that I really had planned. We're speaking about Chief Chirpa here. Here he is. I don't even have his abilities, all the way up there, but they still do pretty good. All things considered, it's actually the Ewoks are, and I'll just kind of scroll through the rest of my roster here. Here's my Darth Maul where we left off. Magma Trooper, First Order, Poe Dameron, Resistance, Hoth Rebel Scout, my Night Sister Initiate. These are all of my tunes 7-starred, most of them at gear 7 or higher. And if we count from the Jawa back, I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 characters that are not gear 7 or higher. So there are 77 available tunes right now. So I've got 60 of them at gear 7 or higher. So not too bad. My goal was to get all of them at gear 7 or higher, but just with some of these changes that they've made to gearing, I don't know if I'll ever get there because, again, I have to be picky as far as what I'm farming and where I'm devoting resources to right now because, just like a character like Fives where you need 450 purples just to get him to his next gear level. I mean, that is just such a huge investment, and I'm one of those guys who want to get him there, and so I can't divert too much away from some of these tunes that I think will be beneficial in the future. So back to my just kind of my home page here. I'll take it through. I guess we can go to a Galactic War here, and I'll kind of let you guys see what some of these Ewoks are, or I'll even run some of these clones. This is what I have pretty good success with in Galactic War. It makes sense for me. They do well. I've completed them without losing a character with this squad. Like I said, works pretty good. But we're just going to go ahead and sub in these Ewoks here real quick for you, so that way you can have a look at them. Let me find my Chief Chirpa. He's the most important one. I put him as leader because he just works the best. Turn meter up. Where's he at here? Is he way down here? Yeah, he is way down here. I need to get some more gear on this guy. There's Chief Chirpa. We're gonna throw Tebow, Ewok Scout. Darth Maul is gonna be my 5th spot right there. Where's my Ewok Scout? And then finally, my Ewok Elder here. What's that page Skunk always pulls up and shows the data mine characters? I'm sure that's SWOGH.GG or even SWGOH Cantina. It's one or the other, and if I'm not mistaken, I think the SWGOH Cantina is probably Fear the Boot kind of related. So I'm not for certain there, but I think that's kind of what it is. So anyway, here's my my Galactic War here. This is the Ewok squad. We've got Chief Chirpa, and this is kind of how they run. So we'll just kind of take a look at them. Fresh abilities. And I'm facing of course, probably a pretty, well, they're decent. Ewoks! Yeah, we love Ewoks. Oh, they're going to take my Darth Maul out. I might have to restart. Look at that. They just... Alright, so that wasn't good. So in circumstances like this, when your tune just gets completely annihilated, what do? Well, you hit this retreat button because they allow you to, and then you can restart it. So obviously I wanted to try there, and then you know, look what happens. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, Daniel Jack, it says we need C-3PO as Ewok leader. Absolutely. I've been wanting that to happen for quite a while. I'm just about to rechange my order because of my tunes here, because that's going to change up the attacks of the computer, the AI here. We're going to put Darth Maul in the back hiding like a little girl because he has no health whatsoever. But if I can get this up and running without them killing this guy, I think you'll see the benefit of having a Darth Maul in that 5th slot, especially against a team just like this, because he works pretty good. So I'm going to take Qui-Gon out first. I'm going to use Ewok Scout Special. It hits hard, bang, 5100. I'm going to go ahead and Stealth T-Bow, give my other Ewoks turn meter. I'm going to give them health and resistance here. I'm just going to go ahead and punch through on this guy. Another turn with Ewok Scout, just like that. that's the Sith way, hide behind teddy bears. Yeah, you're not lying. Because, boy, he has no health whatsoever. So I'm going to take this other healer out here. I hate Lumi. So right now what I could do is use his and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use his special ability. Bang. He hits pretty good. Like I said, now remind you, my Sith only has, my Darth Maul only has level 3 abilities, so he's doing it pretty good. He said, I would be pretty scared if I saw Darth Maul walking down the street with Ewok bodyguards. Yeah, that's true. Now, so this is what's cool. So, if you notice, I've got Lumi down to a little bit of health. So I'm about to use Chirpa's special ability, and hopefully Darth Maul is a part of that, because then he will get another turn here. Nope, so I didn't get Darth Maul. But now at Chirpa's higher levels, he does allow a guarantee of the 5th slot to be a part of that. So even more reason why to have Darth Maul, hopefully in the future, be a part of that. So, but he could have got if he would have been participant, he would have got a 100% turn meter, win again, and I would have killed Sid here. But like I said, if you see, I don't even need any healing right now. Well, of course, now, you know, old Ben does his thing. But, and here's Yoda trying to steal some of my abilities. We better kill this little guy. There we go. And that was my Ewok Elder. He hits pretty good. Chirpa, you know, I mean, these are all low-level ability guys except for my Elder. So, not too bad. And then we're just gonna go bang bang. Watch this. So, and that was with a offense down with that Darth Maul. So, since he killed old Ben, he would have got a 100% turn meter if there was anybody left. So let's see how far I can go with these Ewoks, and then I'll show you what these clones look like as well. So anybody got any other kind of questions out there? So I just kind of wanted to focus on, you know, some of these changes and what we can potentially expect. And again, I just want to highlight that we don't know. But, you know, if defense, armor, and resistance are going to be playing bigger factors, then I'm going to want to kill Vader first, because his dot is really harmful to these guys. If they're going to be playing a bigger factor, look at that. I guess I better heal up here real quick. Who's the best suggestion for level 72 tank? Well, Juan, I guess you already know. I'm going to say, you know, Royal Guard. I can't say enough. I'm always going to throw that name out there first. Poe second, and then Stormtrooper Han. Yeah, and I think Daniel Jack said even, you know, RG and Han. Right. You know, that's I guess it depends on what kind of squad you're running, but for me right now, what I've seen is, wow, they're just going to kill my Ewok Elder like that. What I've seen is, for the tank challenge. So I use Boba Fett, Old Ben, Mace Windu. Who else is in there? Fives, and I can't remember who my 5th one is. Is that odd? It might be. No, it's not Poe. I can't remember. But anyhow, I mean, I've never had. See, not even paying attention. Yeah, I better kill Sidious because he's got the AOE coming up again. Yeah, I just use those tanks. Just whatever worked for me. Excuse me, I had to sneeze there. Yeah, I use Boba Fett lead in the tank challenge because he gives that that critical damage up, and it's kind of beneficial since tanks don't hit very hard. So let me see here. Can I gang up on anybody? Let's try Qui-Gon. Let's try to see if we can Qui-Gon. No, we're not going to kill him because they do less damage whenever they do this this ganging up. So, but we're just gonna. You see, you can take out just about any tune with these Ewoks. So, King and Chicken says Boba Fett lead with Greedo. What's your thought on that? Well, you know what? That's who I do. I think I use Finn in there as well. So I think Justin, back into that tank challenge, Finn is who my 5th slot is. Now I remember. I don't use him very often, so I think that's why I forgot. But Boba Fett lead with Greedo. It's okay. Again, they're both slow characters. Their health pools aren't. I mean, Boba's is decent, but Boba doesn't offer a whole lot. Just slow. It's not fun to watch sometimes. I mean, I like the concept of it for sure, but it just, for whatever reason, it just doesn't mesh well. Going forward, I don't know. I'm hoping they're going to see a little bit of damage output from the both of them, just based on speed. So it could be a possibility, but, because I've thought about it. That's why my Boba was, he was one of the first tunes that I actually started gearing up, because I thought that, critical damage would, 50% critical damage would be pretty good, but it's not. It hasn't worked out quite well, because I was thinking about running a Boba Fett and a Lando behind him, but it didn't kind of play out well, especially with all the changes that they made quickly to the meta. Especially when we saw Poe, it just didn't quite work out. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue on as far as I can with these Ewoks, and then we'll throw this clone team in there. And then before I jump off here, like I said, I'm going to show you everything else about my account, but I'll probably die here real quick. Trying to get one of these healers out of the way. I'm looking kind of shaky, but again, so this is Galactic War for me. And these looks like some, probably higher geared, higher ability level squads here. Well, there goes my Ewok Elder. He's usually he's pretty good on the getting some of my dead tunes back, but well, that ain't gonna happen. So let's kill off this other healer if I can. Chirpa's probably gonna get it next. Uh-oh, bang, bang, yep. So now Darth Maul, just like that, he gets another turn. So where am I going to go? Let's just go ahead and attack him, because right now it's not mattering much. So any other kind of questions out there? I think King and Chicken was the one to ask the last question here, and I'm just running through Galactic War, see if we can get this done. I'll show you what some of my high-level Galactic Wars have been looking like lately. It's not been fun, I'll tell you that. I mean, at least as far as... Let's see here. Stefan, how many Galactic Wars have I won? Well, and I think... I showed that a little bit earlier there. Like I said, no excuses made for me, but there for a while, I don't know, I was probably doing one Galactic War like every other day, maybe. So I missed quite a few Galactic Wars because I don't know, I didn't care anymore. Not that I didn't care, I didn't need the credits, I didn't need the shards. And Galactic War can sometimes take, 30 minutes to, it was 100 Galactic War wins for me, right? And I just, I really, but now I'm definitely trying to do it every single day, no matter what. Like, sometimes I don't have the chance because, it does take a little bit of time. And I don't have, most of my days are consumed with work, so I don't have all the time in the world to get the Galactic War done. So I don't know, I just didn't have time. Anyways, but taking it more serious, I'm trying to get to that 150 achievement, but 100 wins right now, and I think I could have got to maybe 115, 120. I think I missed that many, so. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Also, I just want to tell everybody. There are times, when when I first started, I didn't have much guidance as far as going into Galactic War. I guess I didn't question things quite as much as I should have. So I lost quite a few Galactic Wars. I had invested in just particular tunes, and I'm gonna take some of these guys out of here. And so I didn't complete Galactic War. I think I was winning, maybe half of my Galactic Wars at first. Maybe for the first couple of weeks when I was able to open them up. And again, that was just not asking. I didn't know how to use the retreat function properly. Just a lot of things that were learner's curve there. But yeah, I'm definitely on. I haven't lost a Galactic War in a long time, but it's just getting back into it and then making sure I get them done. Like even today, I kind of slipped up. What team is the most fun to play? Daniel Jackass set. Well, the one that I just played was the little teddy bears. They are always fun to play. I love the clones here. Just like their synergies. I think they have the possibility of being a pretty good team in this next meta, but it really just depends. Because just like this, I love Rex's tenacity up. I love that he can, give everybody turn meter here. So I'm going to try to get rid of Lumi. She might miss that, but it's just pretty good all around abilities, turn meter reductions, turn meter increases. It's all pretty effective with these squads. Clone Sergeant hits kind of hard, and I didn't realize that my Lumi has. I used my heal last round when I first played them, so I guess I have to wait another turn before I can heal. Not that I need it. My Royal Guard's got its taunt up, but and like I say, if I can get a look at that 5,700, well that was dodged, but if you can get an assist attack off with 5s and it's a clone, someone's dying. That's typically around the 12,000 combined damage range, so it hurts. And I love Royal Guard stun. I'm going to go ahead and pop Lumi right now just because I don't want to lose Rex as a lead. He's very beneficial to have around, and if the AI were to kill him, I don't know who I would sub in as a leader with 5s in Clone Sergeant, because he's just kind of that important. 10% gain in health for non-clones, 20% for clones. Pretty good leader. I coast along through most of these. Look at this, level 6. Well, minus Daka there, who. So I'm at what, 6 nodes in, 71 squads. Chris says, what does the skull over a character mean? Well, that's only found in the tank challenge, the level 72 tank challenge. And that is a new feature of Mace Windu, and it means that if the character gets attacked when he has that skull debuff, he instantly dies. So I've never had it happen to me because I killed Mace pretty quick, but Mace can one-shot tunes anyway. So I don't even know why they had to give him that ability, that kind of high a level. If you're wondering why I stunned Daka, just because it's called Shatter Point. If I stun Daka here is because her ability to res is just annoying, and her ability to stun is even more annoying. So I get rid of her as soon. I don't want characters popping back up that might cause me problems later on. So you see that I get all these notifications from Lord Skunk, Stu, everybody else. So I'm invested in the community as far as lordskunk.com and the Discord app and things like that go. That's why I'm doing these live streams, trying to give out as much information I can for you guys, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help, and I really appreciate everyone who's been watching here. Like I said, you finally get to take a look into YoYoYoda's account. I do not have an alt account. I don't have time for it. Like I said, I do lead somewhat of a busy life outside of Star Wars, so I couldn't imagine, working my schedule that I do and trying to keep up with an alt account. Though it seems interesting in theory, but yeah, I can't do it. Thanks, Juan. Yeah, sweet account. Yeah, I get that sometimes. I'm a legend, huh? Yeah, the legend. I guess that's a new one for me. I really appreciate it, but I don't need that kind of notoriety. I'm not here just to be considered a legend or anything else like that. I found out quickly that I was ahead of the curve. When it came to rosters and things like that. I thought there were other people out there. Grandchildren will hear stories of my achievements. Yeah. But getting back to what I was saying. So this is a full Jedi squad here. With Poggle. Yeah, I found out that I was ahead of the curve, and I just really wanted to be able to help everybody out, as best as I can. Just kind of, keep things flowing, because I want interest in this game for everybody. It's a great game. I think we're finally getting to the point where it's even better than what we thought it could have been. So for me, it just, sharing as much information as I can. What do I want to do here? So my Lumi's about to die, and I think these next few attacks are going to be kind of critical. So let's see here. Well, Chris, if you just keep pegging along at it, and then Lumi's got this. I didn't even see she had the. She can't even use her ability, so she's probably going to die. I'm going to have to throw another healer in there, but yeah, they're just going to target her. I knew it. I couldn't get Clone Sergeant's neg 50 turn meter in there quick enough. Not a problem. I'm still going to wipe these guys out here real quick. Let's tag Poggle so that way he can't give offense. But yeah, Chris S. Keep working at it. I mean, GW's a grind. The point of this is to not lose characters, and Stu just pointed out as well. Join in on the Discord. There's a lot of us always there. If you just want to go to the General Cantina, the voice channel on there, we're always giving out as much advice as we can. If you're struggling with things, you don't know exactly what to do or how to improve yourself, that's why we're there. I think 24 hours a day, I think somebody is on there for the most part. And if there's something we can do, yeah, there's someone always online. If there's something that we can do, yeah, we'll definitely help you, give you some advice. But the real goal is to not lose characters in Galactic War, because you really have to watch what you're doing, and if you're losing characters, it's just attrition, and you won't have especially some of these folks don't have large rosters. So yeah, you have the retreat ability available. Keep using those retreats. Mix your squads up. Do whatever you have to do to keep characters. You'd be amazed at what switching your squad placement. Say I've got Rex as a lead. It's amazing what it would do, because it's like a fresh battle. But if you retreat and then go back in with your same lineup, or the tunes in the same place, the computer will kill you in the exact same way. But if you switch things around, that won't happen. Let's get rid of Eth Koth, and then we'll just go ahead and kill Barris there, because she hits like nothing. So I'm going to have to throw another healer in here. Like I said, I can get through most of Galactic War with this clone team, because Royal Guard, You know, they're in backup. Is Well, so Chris, I don't know if there's a misconception there, but you know, you say I usually try healers in the back, hitters up the front. It doesn't really matter where you place your tunes, because there's no specific. You know, I wish they would do like, you know, maybe a 10% defense bonus for, you know, the two characters on the back, and maybe a plus 5% offense up for characters in the front. That'd be kind of cool, but it doesn't matter the placement. It's just really about. All right, so people kind of want to see some of these other squads. So I'll sub in some other characters here real quick. And again, we're kind of getting to the point where, you know, level 72 right now. You know, maybe, I don't know. Someone said they wanted to see a scoundrel team, but I'll show you what I can do. So what I'll do is I'll put in this Anakin and Rey, and let you guys. So I don't have my Anakin and Rey all the way geared up, but he still works well. And I'll show you this bug that everyone's been talking about, and we'll see if we can get it to work here. There's my new. You put him in his lead, because again, he's given everyone 25% turn meter on a critical hit. He shouldn't be doing that. He should be doing it only to stealth tunes. But right now, that's kind of the way that it's been working. And the devs are aware of it, and they're going to fix it. But so for me, I'm putting in. I'll put Royal Guard back in there. And then let's see here. I need to get a Papa Healer in there, but I'll put Doc in there for a stun. And she can heal too. So yeah, I'm going to show this kind of bug that they have right now. It's, again, Newt being a lead. Now let's see if I can, if my Lando won't die, because they usually kill him. Lando's the key here. Let's see here. We don't want offense down, so we're going to try to stun old Ben. And of course, he resisted it. So now he's going to do... Let's see here. There's the offense up. Let me see if I can pop some turn meter off these guys. Lando is still going to go after Ben, it looks like. So Ben didn't do it. Juan, you want to see a full Jedi team with Qui-Gon, Yoda, Lumi, Anakin, and Ayla. All right, so here's the thing. Now, we've got Lando up here. I could probably do that for you, Juan. So this is what it's relying on here. I've got Lando's ability up. If he scores more than one critical hit, this ability will automatically refresh and then do 75% more damage. Now, if he does, in the way that Newt is kind of, his leader ability is working, is I will then get 50% or more turn meter if he does score 2 crits or more. So we're going to find out. And Juan, yes, I can definitely throw in this squad for you. But I'm going to show this Lando here real quick. So let's see how many critical hits we can score here. Just one. So my luck, I wanted to show you exactly what it can do. And his first attack, he comes up with a blank. That's the way I planned it, folks. So maybe next time we'll get around it. But what it could have done, well, I guess I should retreat. Maybe I'll just see if I can retreat, and then I'll just go ahead and put these Jedis in. But what it should have done is if Lando would have got more than one. Lando would have got more than one crit off. Usually he gets 3 to 5. He would have went immediately again. And then that's kind of how it goes. You just keep going and going and going. Let's get Doc out of there. So you want to see Qui-Gon Jinn, Yoda. You want to see Lumi. Where's she at? My Lumi is down here somewhere. Well, there's Anakin. Did I pass Lumi? And Ayla. Okay, let's find Ayla. My Lumi's way up here. I know she is. She's hiding. What? Where'd I put my... Am I missing something? Oh, Lumi died. Duh. We were just... I had her in there with... Yeah, I'm about to say, what am I even thinking about here? So how about this? Instead of Lumi, Juan, Yeah, she's dead. Instead of Lumi, oh, you want to see Ahsoka? Okay, that works. We're gonna throw Ahsoka in there. Yeah. This deal's getting worse all the time. Yeah. Or Ima-Gun Di. We'll run this. All right. So here's the thing. For me, and again, this is my preference, but I like to use Yoda's battle meditation off rip because that gives his tenacity up. For one, he's got an old Ben in there, and that can give us the the loss of abilities and turn meter. So for me, I think it's beneficial. Just go ahead and spark this, and give him that tenacity up. Uh, um, I like his offense be annoying. Um, then I like to target. Something happened. Yeah. And it said it resisted, and then of course he's going to kill my Qui-Gon Jinn. But then I get 100% turn meter from this guy, from Anakin. I'm going to use his AOE. 4,500, not bad. It'll get a lot better. Rip. Yeah, RIP. Yeah. So, like I said, good squad. I would, yeah, Lumi would be better in here so we can get a healer for sure. You have to have a healer in one of these squad. If you don't have a taunt or even a healer, you've got to get one in there. I'm not even going to use his master stroke. I don't even care. I just want to get him a little foresight action going on. There's Ayla's stun. Anakin can be a beast. Like I said, he's going to get that percentage increase to his ability to give out heal immunity and buff immunity for that. So he'll get better. So all right, I'm gonna try to switch it up. Now he's got some pretty slow characters in here, but better acting for Anakin in the game than to the clones. Right. And then Fahim said, "This stream is still faster than GG." Yeah, that is true. Grievous is so slow. I think he's like the slowest ever. He's so bad. He's horrible. All right, let me see if I can get this this to work this time, so I can show you guys this new. It's probably not going to work, so I'm probably wasting my time here. But we're going to try to see if we can get. I should probably throw. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to throw him in. I'm going to throw Stormtrooper Han in there just to see if I can get some additional turn meter if I need it. Or, a ton ability. And I'm not sure. We're going to throw Doc in there again just in case to see what happens. But oh yeah, right off the rip. Yeah, that's definitely right off the rip is an American saying. I don't know exactly where it came from, but look at this. All right, so we've got first up with my Lando, Nuke Gunray. I'm going to be able to pose the first acting. Go figure, right? So I am definitely going to use his taunt ability. I want to be able to get this combo off so you guys can see what it does. I do not like Resistance Pilot. So he looks like he was geared up. So we're just going to go ahead and take some action there against him. Stun, double stun. I'm going to hold off on using Stormtrooper's taunt because I don't think I'm going to need it. All right, here we go. This is the big moment again. We're going to try to see if we can get Lando to get at least 3 crits. Let's see here. Oh boy, I don't know what it is. It is just not gonna. I think it knows that I'm live streaming, so I don't think we're gonna get this to work, guys. To be quite honest. So again, just a point that should Lando ever get more than 1 crit, yeah, under pressure, no doubt, man. Jeez, Lando, take some Viagra or something, man. Did they sneak the fix on us? Well, no, I don't think so. Because I'm looking at the crits that I'm getting, but yeah, it's just Lando's not landing like he should. His crits here, so it's looking kind of rough for me here. Let's just go ahead and see if I can pop. Nope, of course I can't pop any back. So yeah, I don't know. It's just let's see if we can get 2. See, look, he got 2, so if you see his turn meter went right back to 50%, he gets an automatic refresh on there, so we're good there, Stu. Yeah, Limp Lando. That is, you're not lying. So now, just because there's 2 tunes here, I can't use him again, so... but yeah, like I said, if you see, he went immediately back up to 50% turn meter. So that helped. And if you see just right there, he got a crit off on his normal, so his turn meter went way back up. So the lead with Nute Gunray is still working, not as it should be, but it's still able. So I was able to clear that one. I guess I can go ahead and go back and try it again. But I lost a couple of taunts there. Yeah, he needs some Colt 45. You're not lying. Well, and here's the other thing. I don't know if Lando will get any better because you know they didn't cast Billy D. Williams in any of these upcomings. So here's a tough squad here. I mean, look at this. 74, 71, 74, 74, 72. Tough squad. Still, I've seen a lot harder here recently, but... yeah, these squads are starting to get tough. They're going to act fast, and I don't know if this Lando lead is going to quite work. But I guess we'll see. Let me see here. Let me see who I can sub in here, if anybody. Let's try to do a Dooku to stun. We'll put the Royal Guard back in there just to see if we can kind of... And then we'll put Shaman in there. But Shaman, that'd be a waste because although he's a healer, you know, we'll put Barris in there. Let's do it. See if this works here. Because I really would like to show exactly, you know, the multiple turn after turn after turn. I don't know if it's because they have a higher, you know, so there's Nute. He dies. So what? We don't care. We just don't want Lando to die right now. So we know Leia's gonna stealth. So we'll just yeah, I could have used Cad Bane, Justin, but all right, here we go. Let's see if we can get Lando to land more. Let's see here. Look at that, 2 crits still, man. But you see his turn meter still went up. So I play tested this the other day. It was working really well, and now it's flat, of course. But I've got my Royal Guard. He got his taunt up, so Lando's going to get another turn here. And he landed more than 2 crits. So all right, there's the taunt down. So he gave everybody offense up, so I better hurry up and do something or I'm going to die. Yep. Oh, there's 3 crits. Now you see he almost went up to 100% turn meter, but again, oh, there's 3 more crits. Almost 100% turn meter. And then he's probably going to die here soon. Oh, let's see here. Nope, so no crits there, but would you look at that? I was able to handily. Oh, I should have healed there. I messed that up. I should have healed because well, okay, I'm lucky there. I need. Well, I'm not gonna need a healer, but that's all right. But yeah, so now you see that the Nute Gunray is still broken. So yeah, there's that. And then let me see if I can go ahead and complete the rest of this Galactic War here. Yeah. Oh, look at this. So I'm glad this showed on a live stream. So as you'll see, one of my nodes, and I bet the one behind this too is going to be the same way. Because my arena squad is so high in power, I'm just over 31,000 total power. I think I'm almost at 30. No, I'm at like 30,100. So this is a bug that we've been kind of seeing, that whoever has coded this, they can't catch up to where I'm at right now. I'm too OP for Galactic War. It's cool, but both of these are going to be exactly the same. You can just quickly wipe these out. I see it happen maybe 1 out of every 4 Galactic Wars. Yeah, Faheem, I'm about to die. Yeah, this happens, like I said, maybe 1 out of every 4 Galactic Wars. I don't know what their formula is as far as, the Galactic Wars go, but, if it's, we'll just throw anybody in here. That's a bug you have been seeing. Same guy who programmed the achievement reset. Yeah. Told her I was a legend, right? So we're just going to throw, a couple of different random guys in here we haven't seen. I'll throw Tuscan Shaman in here. Even the Tuscan Raider. But yeah, so I see it, like I said, one out of every like 4 Galactic Wars it pops up. I don't know what kind of formula it's based on. But they told us in the past that it was based off of your arena rank, your arena power. So I'll throw in Leia in there. So I don't know if that's what it is, but since my arena power is just about higher than anybody else's in the game, that's probably a good reason why, I imagine. But I guess I'm outpacing the computer. I don't know. Anybody else? Have any of you guys out there seen anything like? I don't know if you have or not, but just thought I'd ask. Bang bang! Look at that. Yeah, it's so this next team, I guarantee you, right behind it is going to be 3 stars. That's usually the way it goes. And then I see another team like this. So, yeah, I'm breaking the curve. So that's not bad. You play 10 nodes and then find 2 3-star teams behind there. So after I get this done, like I said, I'll just kind of go over my account one more time for you guys and just let you see, all my shard currency. I haven't even checked the shard shop today. I think since you're watching, I will not be getting any Vader shards again. I've seen them 1 time in 3 weeks, and then when I did, I was fortunate to get a couple of 2 different Vader shard drops, but I haven't seen them, and it's, I hate that they make it RNG based. I'll just do an assist attack here, kill him. I'll go ahead and do like 10k to this guy. Bang, 11,231 damage, not too bad. I've seen a little bit higher than that, not too much higher though. And Leia, finish this guy off, but alright guys, so I'll go to the shard shop first. Like I said, I'll let you see exactly how many shard shop currency I have. And that's what I get rewarded with. Yay! I'll go ahead and restart this. Pull out of here. Shard shop. Let's see what we got. Yeah, so of course, as usual. But let's go ahead and look here. If you see, 459,453 shard currency. I'll never be able to use that. The devs have pretty much confirmed that with me personally. Said that that is so much shard currency. They will never be able to introduce things into the game that will allow me to spend all of that. So that was off of buying chromium packs, chasing Rex. So yeah. Then if you wanted to see here, yes, I have a lot of crystals. So, and then yeah, like I said, guys, I just want to see if there's any other questions out there. You know, I'm glad you guys all kind of stuck around. You know, let me take you on a little ride through my account here. I'm set for life. I don't know. I might go off chasing Rex packs again. No, yeah, I don't see I'm gonna need any kind of to make any investment in the game at any time in the future. It's just you know, a lot of people have asked how much I've spent in this game. You know, how much, you know, that's always probably the first question I ever get. You know, I'll never tell anybody, but I have seen my part of at least 2 million crystals. So you can do whatever math you want. I'm not going to tell you exactly how I acquired all of these crystals. Some of it was definitely my own money, but you know, like I said, it doesn't really matter for those out there. I'm just in the position to where I can show you the top side to, you know, this game, the upper echelons. Oh, so I might as well do a squad arena before I go here. I don't know where I fell to. Oh, would you look at that? So overnight, I fell to 14. Oh, I think that was because I had thrown old Daka in there. So, and I'm level 75. These guys gun for me all day. That's what they do. Yeah, Tyler. I think in the beginning of this stream. Oh yeah. So I don't know. I didn't have my maxed out team in here. Tyler, I do think Kylo will be better. He is a good 2 now, and I think he'll be just as equally as good later. You know, I'm gonna mix it up here, just to screw with people. And the reason why is, oops, how'd those guys get in there? And the reason why I think Kylo will be better is because he gets a bump in health, and First Order will be a lot better here in the upcoming future, for sure. You know, as long as they make this advantage. So Kylo will just kind of have an immediate place in there, just because he's First Order. He works well with Phasma. He's going to get higher health, and he's going to do a significant more amount of damage here soon, too. Let me get my... So I'm just going to run this clone team, see how well it works versus... I haven't ran this team in a while since I've gotten Rex geared up, so we'll see how this works. We'll throw Lumi in there, see what happens. Like I said, I think this is a pretty efficient team. It may not be, you know, quite meta right now, and I'll probably drop a lot of spots with it, but there's no good team right now. There's absolutely not a single good team out there, and so you can run anybody you want. Let me see here. I'm going to get rid of, let's see here, Qui-Gon Jinn, because I just don't like that guy. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to attack this guy, get him down there. FOTP, you know, bang bang. He's probably going to one-shot my CS. Oh, I'm so surprised. That's typically what he do. He usually kills people, but... so this, I love this attack right here. Clone Sergeant just takes away 50% turn meter from the majority of the opponents. And again, I say majority, but doesn't always work that way. I don't have any debuffs, but I can go before everyone just about right now. My Royal Guard. So we're going to go ahead and punish his Royal Guard. We're going to go ahead and heal up because I want my Royal Guard to stick around a lot longer because he's going to be getting attacked a lot right here. Ooh, look at that. I hate that. FOTP, just... And this is kind of the reason why, you know, Royal Guard is such a pain. I mean, look at me. I'm having to focus all my attacks on Royal Guard. That's why he's the best in the game right now. He takes all of the attention away from your heavy hitters. And if you don't have somebody like a Qui-Gon Jinn to get around that, then this is what happens. You know, you get stuck in a position where you're completely focused on just one tune, and yeah, it can be rough. Oops, I meant to do an assist there, but that's all right. Well, someone's asking a good question out there. You know, what is exciting me now that I have everything? Well, to be quite honest, um, you know, these guilds coming up. I've always been a kind of a community guy. I love that aspect of the game. So just and look at Dooku getting his 3 attacks off after Lumi dodged one of them. Just for me, it really is the community. You know, I've met a group of great people, not just in my own guild, but just Lord Scott, Stu, and Juan, and Redemption, and Riemann, and all these other guys. Just really good fellows. It's great. I love the gaming community as a whole. We've got some really likable characters associated with Star Wars Galactic of Heroes. But yeah, for me, it's really just a community. I love this new guild feature. I hope Team Instinct's going to be #1. I feel like Fear the Boot will probably be somewhere, you know, I don't know what, 10? What are you thinking, Lord Skunk? I don't know. I'm sure you'll probably hear this later on, but 10? Is that what you guys are hoping to get? But and then yeah, grinding these characters out for gear. That's going to be the toughest thing coming up, and you know, I'm really looking forward to it. And this new update, these new mechanics, the change in the game, it's going to be fun to see. So anyways, hey guys, you know what? I'm going to wrap this up. I've been on here for quite some time, but I'm glad that those that are on right now stuck with it. You know, I'm always glad to help anybody out in any way that I can. So thanks for watching for right now. Take care.